What is the best gaming mouse going into 2024? In this video, we will be going over the top 8 gaming mice on the market right now for the new year. We'll be going over some key elements to look for in a mouse, including comfort, weight, click feel, durability, types of switches, price, and more. So stick around to hear which is the best one. Alright, so the first mouse that we have on the list is the Rata Cone Pro. The Rata Cone Pro has some of the best specs in a mouse. The mouse is ergonomic, so it feels very comfortable for aiming. It also has very normal dimensions, so it's not too big or too small in your hand. The mouse is extremely lightweight, coming in at only 66 grams, and this is a very good competitor for mice like the Model O and the HyperX Pulsefire Haste, which we will be mentioning later in the video, who have a honeycomb shell. The clicks are also very unique since they use an optical switch, and they're not mushy, but they're not perfectly crisp clicks. They feel very light and responsive, and they're good for clicking very fast. They also have a very long-lasting click span, which goes all the way up to 100 million clicks. The mouse has 6 buttons total: DPI on the bottom, a left, right mouse button, scroll wheel, and 2 thumb buttons. It also comes with customizable colors that you can find on their software. The mouse also has a super lightweight cable that doesn't get tangled on anything. I personally use this mouse, and I don't even have to use a mouse bungee, and it works perfectly fine. The mouse is very affordable on Rocat's site, and it's a very good quality mouse for the money that you're paying. The mouse also has a very high quality scroll wheel, which is made of aluminum, and it's very nice because you can feel each defined step within each scroll. The mouse also comes with an adjustable debounce timer within their software, so you can make it so you can double click or not register any extra clicks. And that is the Rata Cone Pro. Next on the list, we have the HyperX Pulsefire Haste. The Pulsefire Haste is an ambidextrous mouse that feels a little small in your hand. But the reason for this is because it's extremely lightweight, coming in at exactly 59 grams. The mouse's switches feel very tactile and very good to click on. They use TTC golds, which are very high quality, and they're rated for 60 million clicks. The left and right mouse button do feel very small in my hands, but they do not take away from the feel or the comfort. The mouse has a very limited color selection, meaning only the DPI button switches colors when you change it. The mouse also has a very lightweight cable that does not get tangled or drags on anything. The Pulsefire Haste is also listed at a pretty reasonable price considering everything that you're getting. Another really cool thing that this mouse comes with that a lot of mice don't offer is its own grip tape. It comes with grip tape for the left and right mouse button as well as the sides of the mouse. The tape does feel very thick, so it actually might make the mouse feel a little bit bigger in your hand if you think it's too small. In conclusion though, the Pulsefire Haste does have a very high build quality, and for the price, it's honestly a very solid mouse. Next on our list is the Logitech G502 X. This is an ergonomic mouse that does feel pretty big in your hand. It's 89 grams, so it's lighter than the original G502 mouse. The clicks, however, feel extremely tactile. They have a very nice response time and feel very satisfying to click on. There's no data online that says how long the clicks last, but the original G502 was 50 million. The mouse has a total of 11 buttons, which is very good for customizable settings. The mouse comes with light sync RGB with 16.8 million colors that you can customize in their software. Now this is a really cool feature with the mouse. It comes with a hybrid optical/mechanical switch with higher levels of speed and reliability through optical actuation and mechanical actuation, maintaining the crisp and tactile feedback. This mouse does have a pretty high price, coming in at $79.99. However, if you're considering everything that you get in this mouse and you really like their original G502, then this would be a really good upgrade for you. Coming in next on our list is the glorious Model O2. This is a very average size and fits most people's hands well. The mouse really cut down on its original size, coming in at only 59 grams. The mouse comes with their own Model O switches, which are very tactile and are rated for 80 million clicks. The mouse also has 16.8 million different RGB combinations in their software. It has a very nice flexible cable, and it only comes in at $65. The mouse also offers an adjustable debounce timer within their software, but it's originally set to 10 ms, which means it won't double click right when you get it. If you still don't know what I mean by adjustable debounce timer or double clicking, I have a link down in the description below that talks about what it is. In conclusion though, the Model O2 is a very good upgrade from its original mouse, and I think the best thing about it is that it goes from 20 million clicks to 80 million, so you're definitely going to have a longer lifespan with this mouse. Next up on our list is the SteelSeries Airox 3. The mouse does have a very comfortable shape that fits most people's hands, so no complaints there. It's also very lightweight, coming in at only 59 grams. The buttons are also very tactile and crisp and very satisfying to click on, and they have an 80 million lifespan. The mouse is very solid RGB, looking very nice and very customizable. The mouse does come with mechanical switches, but don't worry, it doesn't double click and it doesn't register any unwanted clicks. It also comes with a braided cable that is actually detachable, so that's a very nice feature. The mouse is listed at $59.99 but can be found on sale on many different sites. Another really cool feature on this mouse is it comes with an aqua barrier protection, which protects it from dust, dirt, and oil that might get in the mouse. In conclusion though, the mouse is very good, and especially considering that it's on sale most of the time, you can probably get a really good deal for what you're getting. Next up on our list is the Razer Basilisk V3. This mouse does have a very comfortable shape and size and is ergonomic. This is a heavier mouse coming in at 101 grams, but if you prefer heavier mice over the lightweight ones that I've listed, then you could definitely look into this one. It has a very distinct and tactile click with very precise and consistent registration. One thing that I will say Razer does very well on is their click registration. They have a very low MS and response time. The switches do have a 70 million click lifespan, so you don't have to worry about this thing breaking anytime soon. It has 11 programmable buttons, so it's a very good competitor for the G502 X that I mentioned before. It also does come with 16.8 million RGB combinations within the software that you can customize. They are using Razer's optical switches, which are very good for light and instant response times. It does have Razer's Speed Flex cable, which is somewhat thick and heavy, but it's still not stiff and it still won't get caught on anything. And of course, this mouse does not double click at all, and it does not have an adjustable debounce timer in their settings. And now for the price, it does come in at $69.99, which is actually cheaper than the G502 X, so if you like Razer's mice better than Logitech, you should definitely give this one a shot. Next up on our list is the Corsair M55 RGB Pro. This mouse may be unfamiliar to you guys, but it does have very good rubber on the sides, a medium size, and is very comfortable since it is ambidextrous. It is a little bit on the heavier side, coming in at 86 grams, but it does have a very tactile click feel, and it has 50 million Omron switches. And I can tell you from experience, if you have a mouse that has 20 million Omrons, that will probably last you anywhere from 6 months to a year. So since this mouse does have 50 mil Omrons, you can rest assured that it will last you a lot longer than that. Going back to the review though, it does have some pretty small mouse buttons, totaling at 8. And the reason for those 2 extra mouse buttons is because since this mouse is ambidextrous, it does come with 2 additional mouse buttons on the side. The RGB options are pretty limited, and the only button that changes is the DPI when you change it. The mouse does have mechanical switches, and yes, it does double click. Unfortunately, the mouse does not offer an adjustable debounce timer within their software, so you will probably get some unwanted clicks every now and then. The mouse cord is a little bit stiff, but can still fray back and forth and probably won't be your biggest concern. To conclude this mouse though, it is only $39.99 and is honestly a very good mouse to start off with if you're trying to start gaming. Lastly on our list, we have the Razer DeathAdder V3. Razer upgraded their ergonomic shape and made it a little bit slimmer, but it is still very comfortable and fits many sizes. They also cut down on the weight a little bit, making it only 82 grams, which is the lightest DeathAdder we've ever seen. It does have Razer's typical click feel, which is light, but not as tactile as others, and it does have 70 million clicks. The mouse also has 8 programmable buttons that you can change in the software. It has some pretty good RGB options in their software and is very easy to customize. They also advertise that their optical switches give an advantage in click speed when you're gaming. It comes with Razer's typical Speed Flex cable, and it only is listed at $69.99. Overall, I think Razer really improved the DeathAdder, and I think it can now be considered one of the best mice on the market. It's still personal preference though, whether or not you like Razer's click feel. I personally prefer a more tactile click, but I do think that they have some pretty solid build quality options. And for only $69.99, this is a pretty big upgrade from their previous DeathAdders. To end off the video though, I do think that my favorite mouse out of all these will have to be the Rata Cone Pro. Since I've been using the Rata Cone Pro for a year now, I do think that the shape really helps out my aim, and the clicks have definitely grown on me. And especially now that it's listed at only $40, it's such a good option to look into for your first mouse. Again, the clicks and the build quality as well as the weight will definitely start to grow on you over time if you don't like it already right when you get it. But all of the mice listed are definitely some of the best mice going into 2024, and all of them will give you a very good gaming experience. To close the video, the mice we listed do vary in prices, but were categorized following the important factors needed in a mouse. If you're looking for a cheaper, budget-friendly gaming mouse, I will be posting more videos on some of the best mice to look into for that category. As always, remember to like or subscribe. Both of them would really help us out, and I'll see you guys in the next one.